And in sports, 11 players from Ohio softball have been named to the all-academic MAC team. Newswatch starts right now.
Good evening, I'm Olivia Roman.
And I'm Jada Respris. Welcome to Newswatch, your source for news impacting southeastern Ohio.
Lightning and straight line winds in Ohio left trees and power lines down today.
American Electric Power of Ohio reported more than 145,000 of its customers were without power this morning. Some areas of the state are still experiencing severe weather and road closures. The Hockin County Emergency Management Agency reported storms last night caused significant damage. This comes after a tornado was confirmed to have landed during severe weather Friday. Morgan County and Athens County experienced wind damage, leaving tree debris on roads. Athens County also noted private structure damage and road water damage. AEP reported crews worked through the night to restore power to some customers. However, more bad weather over the next few days could affect restoration times and cause more outages.
That we are able to recover from that, and prayers out to everyone who is still suffering from that. As you can see, looking at Athens currently, we do have it 93 degrees and it is mostly cloudy. We have calm winds coming, and then heat index is 107. So while it says it's 93 degrees, our heat index is 107 indicates that it feels like it's 107 degrees out, which is very, very, very high, and that's a lot of excessive heat going on. Now, looking at our local radar, as you can currently see, we do have a little bit of rain in the Elkins area, and that is just going to go down. As you can see, it's green, so it's going to be some light showers coming. But as we're looking over here, we do see some little bit of rain trickling from Middletown and then heading down into that Cincinnati and Hillsborough area. Sorry, looking at the region right now. Sorry, Athens is 93. We have some lows of 70s, and then we do have some highs over here. Dayton at a 95 and Versailles at a 95 as well. However, that is it. Back at the desk.
Thanks, Silver. With the hot and humid weather this week, plenty of people are finding ways to stay cool. One of those ways could be the newly reopened Nelsonville Aquatic Center. Newswatch reporter Edie Crowley is at Nelsonville with more on what it took to get the center reopened and what it means for the community.
Yeah, thanks guys. As you can see, even on a slightly cloudy day, we still got a pretty good turnout here at the pool, and we actually got an opportunity to speak with a couple of the families about how important it was to get the center reopened.
It's been more than a year since this has been heard around the Nelsonville Aquatic Center.
I think having the pool open now is awesome. It's just a place where kids and their families get to go and have something to do during the summer days.
The pool was shut down at the end of the summer of 2021 because of a leak, and repairs delayed opening this year, leaving some residents to take a different approach to escape the summer heat.
Yeah, well, actually, we had to go buy one of the small pools and kind of make it work.
But a kiddie pool is no replacement for the friendships made waiting in line for the slide or jumping side by side off the diving board.
We want the whole social aspect. Our son gets to play with other kids and stuff. And yeah, like I said, it's fun having a little pool in your backyard. But it's nothing like having something like this in the community.
City Auditor Taylor Sappington says given the importance of the center to the community, spending $20,000 in repairs was a no-brainer. And for parents like Mark Riley, it's well spent.
For me to be able to just kind of leave work and meet my wife here after work and enjoy some time at the pool is really awesome. Actually, it's something I look forward to at least a couple times a week.
Reporting for Newswatch, I'm Aiden Crowley in Nelson.
Now the Aquatic Center is back in full force, open 7 days a week from noon to 5:30. For kids under 2, they get in free, and anybody else, it's going to be $4 for a daily entry.
Thanks for the great work, Aiden. West Virginia Governor Jim Justice declares Juneteenth as a state holiday. Juneteenth is recognized on June 19th each year to celebrate the ending of slavery in the U.S. Juneteenth was established as a federal holiday by President Joe Biden in 2021. The holiday will be observed in West Virginia this Friday as a full-day holiday for all state public employees. This is due to the holiday falling on a Sunday and Monday, already being celebrated at West Virginia Day. The Herbert Office Minority Affairs means to host a celebration on Capitol grounds Saturday evening.
Ohio health officials have identified the first probable case of monkeypox in the state. Monkeypox is a rare disease from the same virus family as smallpox. There are currently 65 confirmed cases in the U.S. Director of the Ohio Department of Health, Dr. Burs Vanderhoff, told reporters that a man tested positive for the orthopox virus. State and federal health officials are working to confirm whether it is in fact monkeypox. Schools around the country are still finding ways to combat issues they face from the COVID-19 pandemic. Newswatch reporter Jack Demler has the latest on what local schools are doing over the summer to support their students.
Thanks, Jada. Graduation rates are just one of the many areas impacted by the pandemic. One school is working to fight low graduation rates through an online summer education program. Here at Athens High School, the halls are mostly empty for the summer, except in this classroom, where a handful of students are spending their summer catching up so they can graduate on time.
Essentially, students go through lessons, they learn standards that they didn't pick up during the school year.
The students are taking part in Athens High School's credit recovery program, one of several ways the school is helping students impacted by 3 years of learning during a pandemic.
The kids just kind of work through each lesson, but there's a pre-test at the beginning of each unit, so stuff they already know they don't have to do, which is kind of nice.
Through the online platform known as Apex, the program is customized to meet the individual needs of each student. The high school then provides content specialists who meet with the students in person and offer support to those who are struggling. Only in its second year, school officials say the program is helping students catch up.
Last year, we had approximately, I think, 175 classes recovered, which is amazing.
And school officials are hoping this year will be just as successful. So far, 3 students have completed the program. Reporting for Newswatch, I'm Jack Demler in Athens. While the Apex Credit Recovery Program is for high school students only, Athens local schools have summer school programs for younger students.
Thanks, Jack. June is a month where Pride is celebrated in the LGBTQ+ community. The Southeastern Ohio Rainbow Alliance has been hosting events throughout the whole month of June.
Pride flags wave in the breeze at the Southeastern Ohio Rainbow Alliance Community Field Day at Richland Park, part of Pride celebrations in Athens. The day included lots of family fun, from bouncy houses to cornhole.
We get a better turnout every year, but this is my favorite event because it's truly a community, family-oriented event.
Aside from the fun and games, there was plenty of food and resources for the community, like Southeastern Ohio Legal Services.
It was also really great to connect with some of the other organizations that were tabling because a lot of what we do intersect in different ways. So we talked a little bit about how our organizations can help work together to support the community as well.
And that support means a lot to people here celebrating Pride.
Pride is a place where anyone can be who they are.
Reporting for Newswatch, I'm Jada Respers in Athens.
To get connected with the Southeastern Ohio Rainbow Alliance, follow them on Facebook and Instagram at SEO Rainbow for any upcoming events.
Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear is announcing another step toward offering no-cost services to help Kentuckians overcome drug addiction. His administration said yesterday the state is working to establish counties as recovery-ready communities. The initiative is aimed at providing high-quality recovery programs across Kentucky. Beshear says Kentucky lost 2,250 people to overdose deaths in 2021. He calls it, quote, devastating and extremely heartbreaking, end quote. Coming up after the break, a sign inflation may be slowing down. And the first ever treatment for alopecia might be in Americans' hands soon. These stories and more when Newswatch returns.
Brian just threw away the rule book. The level of musicianship, I don't think anybody's touched it yet.
People say Brian's a genius.
And the pressure that comes with that.
You know there's something going on with Brian Wilson.
The idea of doing an interview makes Brian nervous, so he'll often ask if we can just take a drive and listen to some music.
The rooftop is down. The story begins.
It was a trip.
Tuesday at 9 on WOUB.
The Mona Lisa is simply the most important single painting in the world.
She had been taken, she'd been kidnapped.
And it's amazing to think that for 2 full years more, it was gone. For 2 years, it was really gone.
Thursday at 9 on WOUB.
This is one of the most biodiverse places in the world, Florida. But powerful forces are threatening the state's wild creatures and iconic landscapes.
If Florida lost the reef tract completely, it's likely that we would see a place like Florida Keys completely washed away.
The war that we're fighting is bigger than the battle that we're winning.
Can Florida continue to weather the growing storm?
Wednesday at 8 on WOUB.
These icebergs are amazing.
Journey to the icy ends of the Earth.
It just looks like Mars.
Where the secrets of the past.
We're on a beach.
We're on a beach 3 million years ago.
Hold the clues to our future.
This place is so amazing.
This is the stuff that gives us a glimpse into a past warmer world.
Humans are geology. We are impacting this planet.
Polar Extremes on Nova.
Wednesday at 9 on WOUB.
Americans are feeling the strain on their wallet and bracing for a potential recession. Inflation is at a 40-year high, while the stock market has been struggling to stay in the green. Isabel Rosales breaks down today's crucial meeting that could see the interest rate hike once again.
Investors are on edge as the Federal Reserve is headed for rough waters. The central bank is debating raising the interest rate by 0.75 percentage point. Unseen since 1994. The goal is to cool down the economy and tame inflation, President Joe Biden's top economic priority.
Jobs are back, but prices are still too high. COVID is down, but gas prices are up. Our work isn't done.
Without many options to fight price hikes or gas prices, Biden instead touting ultra-low unemployment numbers and some economic recovery from the pandemic.
I've never been more optimistic about America than I am today.
Plus, a key inflation reading showing a small glimmer of hope Tuesday, revealing a slight slowdown in rising prices.
Inflation has been a real problem in the country, and it is proving to be stickier and more stubborn than officials had hoped.
So what can you do to protect your money? Financial experts say continue to invest in your 401ks and retirement accounts.
Don't panic. And the reason I say that is, how many times have we seen the market go down?
The next steps depends on your financial situation and how much time you have left before retirement.
If you're somebody out there living paycheck to paycheck, or you don't have an emergency fund, or you're not funding a retirement account, you should stop going out to eat, going on vacation, and doing all those things.
Bottom line, cut down on the non-essentials. I'm Isabel Rosales reporting.
In eastern Ukraine, just 9 miles away from the front line, local residents try to continue their normal lives. This despite the frequent sound of missiles in the background. Exile and displacement take a toll and have some returned home. After nearly 4 months of war, the Russian military is gaining the upper hand in a growing battle for Ukraine's industrial heartland. Ukraine says Russian forces have seized control of the essential Severodonetsk, a critical city in Russia's push to take over the wide Donbas region. On top of that, Ukrainian officials at all 3 bridges into the city are now impassable, making it even harder to get civilians out or get aid in. Ukraine has issued urgent calls for more help from the West, as Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky said in a speech on Monday.
The price of this battle for us is very high. It's just scary, and we draw the attention of our partners on a daily basis to the fact that only a sufficient number of modern artillery for Ukraine will ensure our advantage. And finally, the end of Russian torture of the Ukrainian Donbass.
In the middle of this all, some Ukrainians have decided to return home. In the city of Slovenskis, families live in damp, dark basements with limited resources. Millions of alopecia patients have finally had a treatment for their condition. That story is still ahead.
Now, looking at our Athens region, as you can see, there is excessive heat covering the Athens region. How should you prepare for that? That story, stay tuned for my full forecast.
The Mona Lisa is simply the most important single painting in the world.
She had been taken, she'd been kidnapped.
And it's amazing to think that for 2 full years more, it was gone. For 2 years, it was really gone.
Thursday at 9 on WOUB.
These icebergs are amazing.
Journey to the icy ends of the Earth,
It just looks like Mars.
where the secrets of the past
We're on a beach.
We're on a beach 3 million years ago.
hold the clues to our future.
This place is so amazing.
This is the stuff that gives us a glimpse into a past warmer world.
Humans are geology. We are impacting this planet.
Polar extremes on Nova.
Wednesday at 9 on WOUB.
Brian just threw away the rule book.
The level of musicianship, I don't think anybody's touched it yet.
People say Brian's a genius.
And the pressure that comes with that.
You know there's something going on with Brian Wilson.
The idea of doing an interview makes Brian nervous, so he'll often ask if we can just take a drive and listen to some music.
The rooftop is down. The story begins.
It was a trip.
Tuesday at 9 on WOUB.
Welcome back. I'm forecaster Silver Barker. Now looking at the Athens region, as you can see, we do have some excessive heat covering the whole region, and even surrounding it, we have a heat advisory just surrounding around. And then if you look here in Meigs County specifically, we do have a flood warning coming up. Now, as you can see over here in Buchanan, we do have another flood warning, so definitely stay on the lookout for that. Now, as you can see in Athens currently, today it is a high of 94, and we have a low of 72, a 40% chance of thunderstorms, so still be on the lookout for that. I know some of you are recovering from the thunderstorm last night following into the morning, but still be aware of that 40% chance. And as you can see across the local radar, looking across Athens right here, we do have some rain slightly in the Elkins part that was traveling earlier today down here, but as it seems to be hitting the Elkins down here, it's not having much impact above. But then you can see also going into Middletown and Wilmington right here, it is actually a little bit of rain trickling into there. And then looking at the eastern region, you'll see that we have clouds traveling down to the south, along with some rain traveling along with it. So hopefully we are seeing the last of that this week as we are seeing some more sun. Looking at Athens low, our overnight low is 67, 100% of showers likely, so I do recommend bringing an umbrella or a raincoat tonight if you do have plans. And looking at Athens tomorrow, our 97 is high. Now this is the hottest day of the week. The low is 72, so be on the lookout for that. To prepare, drink lots and lots of water, definitely wear loose fit clothing, and if you can, turn those air conditioners on at home as we speak. And then going into tomorrow as well, you can see the L indicates that we have some low pressure just surrounding Ohio. That low pressure means that it is dense air and cloudy skies. And then looking at our 7-day outlook, as you can see, Tuesday tonight, we do have that chance of rain, 100% actually. And looking at Wednesday, like I said, the highest temperature of the week. And then going into Thursday, 96 is our high. And then looking at Friday, we do have it mostly sunny with 89, Saturday 80, low 51, Sunday 80, low 56, and then looking at Monday, we do have that at 85 with partly sunny skies. Make sure you prepare for Wednesday as it is the hottest day, and like I said, again, I cannot emphasize enough, drink tons and tons and tons of water. And that is it for my full forecast. Back to Olivia.
Thanks, Silver. The FDA has approved the first ever treatment for alopecia areata, a disorder millions of Americans suffer from. It's an autoimmune skin disease which causes hair loss. Mandy Gaither has more on what this means for those who struggle with this disease.
This is a historic day for the alopecia areata community.
It's called Olumiant, a pill taken by mouth, the first ever treatment for alopecia areata that's gotten the green light from the FDA.
Imagine having this disease, a disease that alters your appearance practically overnight, and you've never had treatment options until now.
Alopecia areata is a common autoimmune disorder where the body attacks hair follicles, often causing hair to fall out in clumps. The FDA says Olumiant blocks an enzyme that leads to inflammation that can trigger the body's response. The drug manufacturer held 2 clinical trials, including patients with at least 50% scalp hair loss for more than 6 months. Those given 4 milligrams of the treatment daily saw the most improvement. In the first trial, 35% of more than 280 patients had what was described as adequate scalp hair coverage compared to 5% given a placebo. In the second trial, 32% of more than 230 patients who got 4 milligrams had positive hair growth compared to 3% of the 156 patients who got a placebo.
It provides choice and it provides hope for the patient community.
Common side effects included an upper respiratory tract infection, acne, high cholesterol, urinary tract infection, fatigue, yeast infections, anemia, abdominal pain, shingles, and weight gain. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
The treatment comes with a boxed warning for serious infections, mortality, malignancy, major heart events, and thrombosis. The treatment was initially approved by the FDA to treat rheumatoid arthritis. Doctors also sometimes use it to treat patients hospitalized with COVID-19.
Coming up in sports, players from Ohio softball find themselves on the all-academic MAC team. And be sure to stay tuned into WOUB. Here's a look at what's coming up tonight on your public television station.
This is all miraculous to me.
On Finding Your Roots, Queen Latifah.
We are a very unique family.
And actor Jeffrey Wright.
There are shadows over a lot of the history in my family.
Unexpected stories.
So you have a recent white ancestor.
I didn't know what we were.
From a complicated world.
Can you imagine having neighbors who used to own you?
I feel these people.
This is mind-blowing.
Finding Your Roots.
Tuesday at 8 on WOUB.
This is one of the most biodiverse places in the world, Florida. But powerful forces are threatening the state's wild creatures and iconic landscapes.
If Florida lost the reef tract completely, it's likely that we would see a place like Florida Keys completely washed away.
The war that we're fighting is bigger than the battle that we're winning.
Can Florida continue to weather the growing storm?
Wednesday at 8 on WOUB.
Brian just threw away the rule book.
The level of musicianship, I don't think anybody's touched it yet.
People say Brian's a genius.
And the pressure that comes with that.
You know there's something going on with Brian Wilson.
The idea of doing an interview makes Brian nervous, so he'll often ask if we can just take a drive and listen to some music.
The rooftop is down. The story begins.
It was a trip.
Tuesday at 9 on WOUB.
These icebergs are amazing.
Journey to the icy ends of the Earth,
It just looks like Mars.
where the secrets of the past
We're on a beach.
We're on a beach 3 million years ago.
hold the clues to our future.
This place is so amazing.
This is the stuff that gives us a glimpse into a past warmer world.
Humans are geology. We are impacting this planet.
Polar Extremes on Nova.
Wednesday at 9 on WOUB.
Happy Tuesday, everybody. The Copperheads are back on the road tonight against the Xenia Scouts. The Cheds hosted the Scouts last night, and despite being down heading on to the third inning, the Copperheads answered in the bottom of the third, scoring 3 runs and taking the lead. Just as the Cheds got hot, the weather had other plans. This game was suspended in the bottom of the fourth inning with the Cheds up 3-1. The game will be resumed as a doubleheader on June 22nd at Bob Wren. Game time tonight is set for 7:05 against the Scouts from Grady's Field. Joshua Steidel was named Great Lakes Summer Collegiate Player of the Week following his performance in Week 1. Steidel has 3 home runs and 5 RBI early on the season. He hit 2 home runs in the Cheds game against the Cincinnati Steam, and he hit his other home run in the season opener. Steidel is a sophomore from Jacksonville University in Florida. Ohio softball had 11 members of their squad named to the All-Academic MAC team on Monday. All 11 athletes had a cumulative GPA of 3.2, and they participated in 50% of the softball games that were played this season. There was a lot of diversity among the age of players that were selected. There were freshmen through graduate players who were able to earn all MAC academic honors. Serena Williams has received a wild card invitation to play at Wimbledon. She was awarded a wild card entry for singles. Serena did not participate in Wimbledon last year, and this will be her first competition since her injury back in 2021. Williams has won 7 of her singles trophies at Wimbledon. Most recently in 2016, she has a shot this year to win her 8th. One more win and the Golden State Warriors are NBA champs. Even though Steph Curry failed to connect on a three-pointer, the Warriors defeated the Celtics 104-94. 5 Warriors players scored at double figures, including Andrew Wiggins, who led the team with 26 points. Steph and co now lead the series 3-2. Golden State travels to Boston on Thursday to try to win the finals in 6 games. Boston must win at home in order to send the series to a final Game 7. Game 6 of the finals is set to tip off at 9 p.m. on Thursday. All right, Serena Williams is back, 40 years old, back in Wimbledon. You know, you can never really count her out, right, Olivia?
Yeah, I don't think you can count her out. Listen, after her injury, yeah, she's been gone for a year, but I'm pretty sure she can bounce back because she's a legend.
Mm-hmm. And Jada, she's going for her 8th Wimbledon singles trophy here. Do you think she can get there, or how do you feel about Serena?
Oh my gosh, yes, like greatest female tennis player of all time.
I agree. I can't take you away from that. She is definitely up there in the contest as one of the GOATs.
Absolutely.
But if Serena Williams is in the contest, I cannot bet against her. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This evening's sunset is your last chance to catch June's supermoon. This full moon is nicknamed the Strawberry Moon. This year's Strawberry Moon is the first of 2 consecutive supermoons, which basically means the moon looks bigger and brighter than normal because it's so close to the moon. The nickname does not mean that the moon is red, though. The name is rooted in the traditions of indigenous groups in the Northeast who saw this moon as a sign strawberries, along with other fruit, were ripe and ready to pick.
And looking at Athens tonight, we have 67 for our overnight low. 100% of showers likely. So again, like I said previously, make sure you bring an umbrella with you. Now heading into Athens tomorrow, temperature high 97, hottest day of the week, so be prepared for that. And we have a low of 72 degrees. And looking at our 7-day outlook, like I said, and just as in the last slide, Wednesday is our hottest day. Thursday, expect to see some rain. However, that sums it up, and then hopefully the rest of the week will be cloudy. That is it for my 7-day outlook.
And that does it for our broadcast this evening. Thanks for watching. I'm Olivia Roman.
And for Silver Barker, Jacob Mata, and Jack Dimler, I'm Jada Respris. Stay tuned for the PBS NewsHour coming up next. And remember, you can find the latest news anytime at WOUB.org. Have a
Support comes from Visit Athens County. More information can be found at AthensOhio.com.